Hello everyone, so today's the 28th of June. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Now I put the hours here. This is for gold as usual. Now remember, yesterday I said the market was going to be having sudden moves and breakouts. So I said specifically be careful. I did say when I'm expecting them, and I did say the market should be stabilizing there. And then, whoops, and then in fact, let's see. And then I said stabilizing 425 and 8 o'clock until 9:30. Don't do that. Let's go back. Okay. And then we can still have some more sudden moves happening even after that as well. So yesterday I did say I was expecting sudden moves, breakouts, but also gave you the swing hours as well, including the stabilization. Now as you can see, this was a swing hour for gold. Okay, as you can see, I'm marked in the dates there yesterday. And weekly pivot, as you know, we're sellers on weekly pivot as well. Here's a bit of a breakdown. Okay, this was the Astro hour. This is a breakout. That's the volatility happening now, going in. And then this is 425. And then I said from 425, we should be stabilizing onwards. That's your 425 happening right there. And then the market coming down, as you can see, that's 7 o'clock. And that's your 8 o'clock there. Okay, and then still a bit more volatility up and down, but not so much, as you can see. All right, and that's pretty much it, and that worked out pretty well. So if you were sellers, great. Now today, what we're going to do with gold, I marked in the hours here today. Now remember, on Monday I posted the swing days, right? And Wednesday is a swing day for gold. So let's take a look at where we're at. Now remember, yesterday I said we'd like to go up into that location from this breakout. The breakout did not happen. The market did not close above that level, as you can see, 1929.92. And at the Astro hours, look how beautiful that is. That's just an Astro hour. The market touches the weekly pivot and it just crashes down nice and easy. So what we're expecting the market to also do, by the way, it's 6:45, 6:43 at the moment while I'm doing this video in the morning. So what we should be doing is somewhat coming down in order to go long is what I'd like to do as a swing day. All right. So being Wednesday. Now here we've got a bit of room. And if I just do this, the reason I'm doing this is Saturn and Mercury, and that's 1901. Okay. So Saturn and Mercury line are here. This is not a bad spot to get in. The PST level is 30, which is 1904. So if we dip down into this 1904 zone, I'd like to see a lower low than yesterday, and then we should kind of like start to push up at the appropriate hours, which are going to be, I'm thinking, around lunchtime and the afternoon in the New York session, in the morning New York session. So the market can bounce down here, go up a little bit, retest, and then start pushing up. So we want to be looking for places to turn around on this swing day for gold, being today, and the other one, as you know, I posted as well on Monday. There are two. So that's that. Around here, there's an opportunity to push down still. But like I said before, remember I said, guys, in this zone, I would not want to be a seller, because we're in this zone where the market is now doing support. So this is a good, like up move here, as you can see. So the market can just carry on with that because this is where they bought and made a higher high. So that's why. So what else can we do? Not much. If we come down, we can go long. The first target will be that 39, which is 1922. So 1922 is going to be, I'm just going to bring this down here. 1922 is going to be your first target around there. And that's fine. As you can see, the market should come up to cover some gaps. So that's how I want to play out gold today. And if you played your cards right yesterday, you would have been in the money as usual on these selling off from those levels to push down. Okay. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now, euro dollar, same kind of thing. Remember, I said we've got levels up here. Once again, you see the market is very volatile. And yesterday, this was nice. The volatility started happening. As you can see, the market pulled back into the weekly pivot. And once again, at the Astro hour, look at that. That's the weekly pivot. And the market rushes up. It goes into these Astro levels. It does, again, a weird volatility. That's your 425. Okay, I said stabilizing at 425. That was the key sentence there, as you can see. So stabilizing at 425. So once that's done, all the mess is over. And then you can, that's your Astro hour there, and that's it. Bang down, as you can see, just nice and easy, and then just stabilizing all the way into this zone here. So let's refresh this here, and let's take a look at what we can do. So now I'm going to get rid of these. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Okay, and let's get rid of this. So the market came a bit more higher than expected, as you can see, all the way into that 25%. And then the market sold off. So I'm going to get rid of this as well. But this is fine. If you sold here, okay, there's that sudden move there. If you sold in this zone, you would have been stopped out tightly, okay? But having, me writing, especially saying, listen, we're going to stabilize at 425, you would have been safer waiting for that, okay? And if you did wait, that would have given you a better option there, as you can see. So I'm just going to get rid of these. Okay, and there. And also, look, this is 9 o'clock in the morning. So we had 9:15. All right, so that's your 9 o'clock, 9:15 there. And then the market just bouncing up from there. And that's basically it. So, at the end of the day, let's get rid of that as well. Okay, the market breaking out, coming back for a goodbye kiss. 9:15 is here, and that's it. The market just taking off there. So with the euro dollar, here we are. Now this zone, as far as I'm concerned, is still a sell zone. Okay, first of all, we are right up at the Venus line here. Okay, so we've got also a lower high here, as you can see, and we can pretty much start selling off in this zone as well. Now, the one thing that's tricky about this, I did say yesterday as well, is I said we're in the middle of nowhere. Okay, we're not at the top, we're not at the bottom. So what we have here is an impulse wave, which I'm willing to follow back down on the retracement. One little trick here that we need to, pay attention to the details. The devil is always in the details, right? Despite the fact that this swing was broken, it did not close below the low of that. Okay, so that is, as you can see, the low is there 1.0892, and this did not close below that. Okay, so as you can see, we closed above it, so not much you can do. All right, 1.0892, and the closing is, as you can see, 1.0895, right? So if you had closed below, that would have been a bit more, stronger. However, though, this is getting squeezed here, so selling is going to be the kind of option we're looking for here as well. Now this could also be a 1, 2, 3 tap. So if the market goes up here again, we want to be selling as well, and then this will be like the B stretch, and then we should pop down further. Okay, so we've got the A, B, and then pulling down further into C. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. This is why I'm also looking to sell there, wanting to sell, because I think we should do the C leg, and then it should come even lower than the 1.06 target I've got there. Okay, so we should kind of like wave down, and we should go lower back into that one zone eventually. Okay, and also we should have a big dip like happening next year. So That's what we're looking for. So the market should kind of like pull back into that zone before we start to think about going long again as well. So downwards trend is what I'm expecting. So selling the highs at Astro hours, I think, is the way to go. Like I said, one issue is that this is going to be too far out there. So you're going to have to take care of business on this, on this side. Now this broke out. So if we go back in to the white line, okay, as you can see, let's see where we're at. This was the swing. It hasn't broken the swing, as you can see. Okay, it hasn't broken the swing. What we want to do, though, is if the market goes back up, we'd like to sell again. And that's basically it. Where can we sell again? The white line is an option there, which is the opening. So if the market comes up into the opening or towards the high of yesterday, selling again, I think is going to be the way to go. So you could do it there or the white line and push it down, and then the market should break this low. Okay, once it breaks the low, it's going to pop up again. If it doesn't go up and comes down and breaks this low, wait for a retracement up before you sell. All right. If it goes up before it breaks down, then you can sell at Astro hours at these hours as well. Okay. US 30, let's take a look. Again, once again, you can see the market being pretty volatile there yesterday. Big moves happening. And also, once again, look, if I just stick these in there, this is your 315, okay? And we said stabilizing at 425. And this is your 415. So 425 happening here, and the market just doing that U-turn, going all the way up in there. All right. So it made the lows, it made the highs as well. As you know, we had the Astro hour at 9:15 here, 7:05. That's your 9:15, and then the market just cruised down into this zone. Okay. What to do with the Dow Jones as well? Well, let's refresh this chart as well. Now, remember, Tuesday and Wednesday were swing days for the Dow Jones, and I said also yesterday for the indices, look out for those common days, right? Remember, so Dow Jones and SP 500 had Tuesday as a common day for a swing, and look what happened. The market did that. So once the market pulls back into the Astro hours, right in there, okay, and that's your price target, the market, as you can see, just started going up, and that's just bingo. All right, so the market is coming down, you see, and then it's making the swing from here. So now we should go up. Okay, if we go up, look where the targets are. Remember, those were the targets we talked about. Okay, so market comes up there, and that's your line there. All right, so being target specific is important. And also on the weekly, remember, we're like, after this big push down, going up to resell is not a bad idea. Now, one thing we've got to be careful here. This is a triangle, as you can see, and it's getting squeezed. Okay, so if this gets squeezed, we could like have a big push up. Okay, we could like have a big push up. So this could carry on going upwards. All right. So if this Tuesday was a swing day and Wednesday, as you can see, Tuesday, Wednesday being the swing day from the lows, we should at least go to a place where the market will want to sell again and so forth. So this buying is good. On a pullback, we want to carry on buying because that's a great impulse wave. And your place to buy would be this weekly pivot where the indecision is, well, or was rather, okay, being that bar there, okay. Also, your second option is the daily, which is the last manipulation happened there on this bar. So you got the daily and the weekly being your possible buys at Astro Hours and which the market has really done here. Okay, now the first Astro Hour for the morning is at 7:35 there. Okay, so if the market comes there, then we could come there and then we could go up again into that target. What is that target? You might want to check. Before we go there, I want to do this. I want to check the low of that bar, which is 34,170. 34,170 is there. All right, so we want to get ourselves around into that level, which is where the market fell off here. Okay, 34,170. So if I was to take this zone here, okay, okay, that could be a nice target for us if the market continues to go up. But this is an impulse wave, so we'd want to be buyers, all right? So at these levels at Astro Hours. So wait for the market to sizzle down. New York session is once again a beautiful place to trade. Going to be having good hours for us to trade. So be on top of your game as at lunchtime and onwards and see how things pan out. And by the time the market ends tonight, we should be like at a decent place as well. All right, so that's that. Let's take a look at SP500. Once again, look, these are the Astro Hours, as you can see here as well. Let's do this. Okay. This is the Astro Hour 420. Well, we had 425, right? 425 is on that bar. What's that? That's 3 o'clock. I didn't give you a 3 o'clock. Okay, so that's that. I said the market is going to stabilize around there, and you can see it's just a beautiful push going all the way up into that zone. So I'll just tighten this up a little bit. Okay, and that's basically it. Now, if you recall, on Monday we had the same thing for a swing day. The swing day for SP500 was Monday and Tuesday. So it did the low on the Monday, retests Tuesday, and that's just beautiful thing to see, and just going all the way up. And that's just awesome to get your swing days and trade on those days, and you're knowing the hours and everything. I mean, this is just like awesome. So that's how it is. So swing day, nice and easy from the lows, going all the way up. So you should have made a killing here. All right. Now the next swing day is obviously going to be the time when we're going to like kind of hit the target on that one. So you're going to want to match again the swing day for the indices when that's going to happen. So for us, today is going to be important, isn't it? Wednesday is going to be important for us. Why? Because it's important for NASDAQ, SP500, and Dow Jones. All right. So let's take a look at the targets we could get to. So here we are. Now look. As you can see, there are no swings broken here, but the sell-off happened here. All right. So the market coming into this zone wanting to sell off is okay. This zone is also okay. This 25%. Is it 25? Let me just double check. 75%. Let's just do this. I'm just going to get rid of this and turn it around, because if I want to sell the retracement, I want to be looking at it from the other way around. Okay, let's just do this, scale fix it, and bring it down. Okay, so as you can see, once again, the market goes into the high where they sold off. Okay, which is fine. And that was our PST target, remember? And then you had your Astro Hours. Where was that? Let's take a look around. On there we had 9:30. Okay, so that's your 9:30 there. Okay, and then we had 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, 9:30. That's the kind of zone that we're following to. And that's your 8:15. That's your 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then we said closing, and then 2 a.m. and that's pretty much the market sizzling down from the highs there. Okay, so once the market got there, kind of retested the high where they sold off, gave a sell reaction. Okay, so now we're going to be careful with this one. Okay, because two things can happen here. We can either go higher, okay, or we can start to sell off from here. Okay, so we need to be a bit careful on this one. What you can do, because Wednesday is a swing day for the S&P 500 and Dow Jones, okay, this up move might also be a reason to sell off again, which may be the same for the Dow Jones, okay, despite the fact that I see there's a bit of room to be filled up here. Okay, so this is also at resistance though. What you can do now is if you bought the low, went to the target, great. Okay, it's a nice impulse wave. Because of this big impulse wave, the market will want to buy again to push up. And if it does, it should go there. If it doesn't go there, then, okay, probably we're going to go selling again where they sold off. All right. So be careful because this is also a swing day. It could be like a swing day Tuesday, Wednesday, another swing day down. Okay, so you got to be mindful at these astro hour zones here where the market will see if there'll be new buyers coming in. All right, this is why trading with astrology is like the best way to do it. If you're using your ATAM, also just do the buys at the lows, guys. This is like really obvious. So if it's an astro hour and you want to buy, you got to do it at the lows. All right, and that's where you can get in. And here, the indicator gives you pricing as well, 39, 4,366. So it's already giving you a price there. And all you got to do is put your stop loss under the daily pivot there, under that wick. Okay. And that's like should cover it. So understanding those astro hours and then buying on the price where technically that time, space, and motion gives us is like the best way to go. So with the S&P 500, I urge you to take a little bit more care because this is the place where we could start to push further down. So this could be like an A, B, C kind of move going down. We should end up here, okay? And then when it bounces off, we should also push further down, okay? So that's the vision for it. Let's take a look at NASDAQ and Bitcoin. NASDAQ, let's take a look. Now, as you know from Monday, let's take a look at NASDAQ if we can get there. Okay, that's NASDAQ for you. Okay, and that's NASDAQ going all the way up into the weekly period. That is just huge. Okay, this was a resistance zone for us there. Okay, and going all the way back high again to pushing it off. Now, today is Wednesday. I'm going to get rid of this because I said this should break, and it did break. So we're pretty much done. This is a Venus line, so I shouldn't have to do anything with it. What I'm going to do now is just going to see how this is all basically squaring out. Whenever the market touches these lines, that's Mercury on the brown. Okay. So whenever the market is touching these lines, we're like seeing those reactions there. And it's weird to see that this is like planetary lines, selling off and going off of it. Weird. Never mind. So this zone, as you can see, we've got a bit of a breakout. Now remember, from Monday, right? The swing days for Dow Jones, SP 500, and NASDAQ. So Friday. If we see ourselves somewhere up here, then this Wednesday is going to be interesting for all of us because this could also be a sell zone for us. Now I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to open up the daily. Okay. And that's the place where we broke off. So retesting that to sell off is not a bad idea. Okay. So from the lows going in there to make a high and then selling off is not a bad idea at all. Okay, where could that be? Where could that take us to? This could be the high of that, which is 15,063. And if I just do this, it should be somewhere along these lines there. 15,063, which is not a bad spot. Why? Because these are even highs. So us going above this, we should go above this. Okay, it should break above that. 15,063 would be nice to see. Okay, so we would like to be up there. If we do get up there, this is a place where we'd like to sell off again, as you can see there, there. Be careful for swiping, people getting, taking their stops out, because these are equal highs there. It might just go up, swipe the stops, and then push down. If you're using your ATAM strategy, draw these lines like I do. You see, you can do technical analysis with your PST indicator. That's that. See how the market broke down, good buy kiss again. So if we get back up here again, and this is also going to be some kind of a sell zone for us, okay? This is also a great impulse wave. It is huge, okay? So the market will want to buy, okay, to see if this is true or not. Where to buy it? Let's refresh the chart. You're going to have to do it either on the daily. Let me just make this a little bigger. Okay. You're going to either have to do it on the daily, on the pullback, or slightly lower where the breakout happened, which is right around there. Okay. So you got two levels here. Okay. And as you can see, if that's the case, then we can maybe push up a little bit. So that's the impulse wave, and the market's sizzling down here. So we've got an A, B, C, or slightly lower in there. And once again, if you want to do the buying, always do it at the lows. This is why we got the PST indicator. You got a price 37, 14,869. If it gets there in this setup at an astro hour, you can go long there with a tight stop loss. Okay, that's why we got these levels plus that there. So that should help you out there as well. So the pullback should give us an opportunity to go long. As it goes up, you must cover your trade, because when we go up, it might be a reversal day for NASDAQ. Okay. If it is not, then we should push up until Friday. Bitcoin. All right. Remember, once again, guys, I gave you this price level yesterday as well. Remember how I give you pricing and the market just bounced off? I said you could sell from those levels yesterday as well. This is PST. It's just magic. Okay. That is your PST level. The market does it and sells off. Okay. That was off your weekly. So the market goes up again, touches the line, and what a sell-off. Okay, it's just selling off big time. So no big deal. If I refresh the chart again, you see with all the PST pricing, it's pretty impressive, as you can see. So once you understand that PST indicator gives you some awesome pricing, then all you can say is, well, is this an astro hour? If yes, trade it. If not, don't. Okay. So yesterday we had that 425, which is, as you can see, 425 is there. So not really an astro hour on the target. If you're using it technically, it is a target, it's a sell-off place. And if it doesn't match, then don't trade it, leave it alone. And then you've got your 8 o'clock, which is around there, as you can see, where the market retraces and they sell off again. So that's not an astro hour, but this one is. So if you know technical analysis, you understand there's a push down, the market retraces into an astro hour, then you sell off. And that's it. and you're still in the game. Okay. Where should we go? Well, look, I mentioned these levels, so we should pull back into these levels. You can check out your daily. You got these levels 57, 50, 49. So going back into the 29, 28, 28, 400, 28, 600, 29, 300. So those are the targets we're going to be looking to pull back into. And that's fine. So no buying at the tops. If you want to sell, then you can again at 30,974. And that's basically it. I've got nothing more to say. Okay, it's just like if it goes back up, you can sell off again, and that's it.